Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Conan, Grains of Sand, where we are playing with snakes in the dunes. Before we go round, let's go through our links. You can find them all in chat as our bot spams you with them. All of our social links, all the ways you can support us, all of our sponsor information, and all of the places you can get 10 to 15% discount with our special codes. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, who make the stream possible. Thank you very much to both of you. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Why don't we go clockwise and start with Torn Pixie? Oh, hi!
Hello! I'm Torn Pixie, and I play Mimir.
Spot on. Next around, we welcome Natalie Dark Aardvark. Oh, hi.
Hello, I am Natalie, also known as Dark Aardvark, and I play Tiliang.
Fantastic. And last but most certainly not least, the man who is difficult to find on the internet, so we're told, Sheepdog.
Hello. Well, you said, but you've ruined half of it. You said my name.
I know.
Hello, I'm Sheepdog. I play Hodir, and I'm currently trying to decide whether the hair that's hanging over my eye is beard, eyebrow, or just loose hair. So,
the mysteries that we face in our everyday lives. It's a true challenge. Mine is usually cat. I think it's like hair or beard, but no, it's usually cat.
I don't have a cat, so
It's a blessing and a curse. Well, last week we encountered a group of priests traveling through the sands that we suspected may be carrying the princess, currently going under the name of Syra, carrying her sister's head to go and show the people. We met with them and they seemed nice enough, right? They seemed nice. Everyone had a good time. You had some dancing. Hoda walked around trying to start a slave rebellion and all sorts of other things. It was passively. And it was great. I mean, that's all the recap done, right? Nothing...
there was some kind of party thing.
Yeah, you were invited over to the the chief priest's room where she quite forcefully was drinking and dancing with you. Hodir, of course, was doing all sorts of things out there. I can't even remember what ruse we got to lead you away from the camp in the end. What? Meat, that was it. Yeah, you wanted meat, yeah. So we walked off to get some meat, and then Hodir found himself surrounded by guards who started trying to attack him, but of course, blind Hodir, a renowned fighter, was holding them off just as we panned over to the tent, and the priestess started turning into a giant snake. Where do we begin? I think we almost have to begin in the tent, don't we? With the the priestess, desperately trying to remember her name, as she begins to transform into this large snake.
I remember it started with a D. It was like...
Daenerys?
That sounds right.
Yeah, we'll go with Daenerys. Sounds good.
If she offers you an apple, don't take it.
I don't know this story, Hodir.
Never heard of Idun?
Well, Mimir and Tiliang, you can see this woman transforming. I believe I got you both to make checks against her spell. The princess failed and was entranced, but the two of you managed to keep your wits about you. As a reminder as well, Pixie, you have 2 rerolls. Hoda, you have 1, and Natalie, you have 1d6.
And I do have my bow with me, correct?
Yeah, I believe you
princess.
took your bow.
Yeah. Okay.
You went fully armed, yeah.
No.
Just dressed as a dancing girl, or a noble
Yes.
dancing girl. That was a rabbit hole after the stream, by the way, learning about all them different dresses so that I didn't carry on insulting everyone. Poor boy, I was there for hours.
Yeah. But the first thing that occurred to Tiliang will be to try to alert all the kids and Hodir.
I believe that's when we start shouting.
You probably hear shouted over the sands shield wall extremely loudly, which I won't do myself in respect to everyone's ears.
Yes, because as we left, Hoda did private message me saying that he would like to be shouting loudly. So outside the tent, you can not only hear shield wall, you can also hear some responses, as I believe you had Yorick watch the camp in case things went south to try and raise the warriors. So
There
it
goes the children.
seems that aid will be coming.
The alarm has been raised.
Okay. I think Mimir might possibly notice that the princess is entranced, right? That's something we were able to tell.
Oh, easily. Yeah, she's like
We're gonna try the age-old slap the person thing.
okay. Yes, by all means. Why don't you give me a I guess a melee. You only need one success to hit the princess. She's defenseless. Well, I mean, you have 2 rerolls if you want to.
Yep. Oh, yep. We'll use one.
Oh!
We'll just roll with it. Bad things happen.
Okay, so oh boy, I guess with a complication, the princess dodges your attack and rushes to the snake's side. The guardsman in the room also pulls a cowl over his face and rushes to the snake's side. In this game, heroes go before enemies, so Mimir, you can pass your initiative off to either Hoda outside, or we can stay in the tent with Tiliang.
I think we'll pass it off to Tiliang for now.
I will try to grab the princess by like her wrist and leave the tent with her.
Okay, she is looking hostile towards you now.
Oh, she is. Oh, okay.
Like, if this was Final Fantasy VII, she'd be standing on the other side of the line, you know? It's...
Gotcha. I will, I guess I'll try to do it's a rather large tent. Would I have room to, like, back off a few paces and fire off a shot, or...
Yeah, I don't think there's a minimum range that
Yeah.
you can use the bow with, except unless they're, like, right in your face. So, by all means, you can fire your bow.
Alright.
Who are you firing at would be the question.
I'm going to, I'm going to fire at a guard. The guard that's in the room.
Yeah, the guard, the guard who spoke to Hoda quite a lot. Did we get his name last session? Do we remember?
I don't remember.
Philip? No, that was the priest, wasn't it?
No, the
He
priest
was
was
the
the priest was a woman. Oh, the other priest. Yeah, the priest outside. That was a Philip or something like that. Yeah, nice simple name.
He was the one who I said, I hope I don't have to kill you later.
Oh, how ironic. Okay, so one success, and of course the snake can, the guard can defend with their agility. Well, you know, they've got some. They too have one success. Unfortunately, you're... Oh, hang on a minute. Is that one success or two? That's one success for you. So that is... I'm not looking at the wrong dice. So as you fire at the bow, perhaps it's a little too close in here. And they're just able to predict what you're doing, almost like moving for a sword strike, you know? You've got further to pan in a short distance.
That makes sense. I guess we just...
Go on.
That's all I can do on my turn? Is that correct? I have D&D on the brain right now, so it's... actions are not...
Yeah, you can
Gotcha.
Take actions, minor actions, and movement, I believe, in this game.
Okay.
So,
I guess... See that I don't have enough room to really shoot with the bow very well in here, and then use whatever movement I have left to start making, like, my way to the door. Tactically, like, not taking my eye off anybody, but just kind of, like, quickly sidestepping, I guess.
Yep, a minor action is moving within medium range, so you can totally do that. Totally do.
Yeah, we'll do.
Cool. Well, like I say, the heroes go before the villains. So we pan outside to Hodia, being assaulted by 3 men. I believe 2 of them are currently on the ground. Oh, 3 of them are on the ground. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
I knocked them all on their ass.
Of course you did. Of course. So what would Hodia be doing?
Hodir will plant his staff in the sand and say, you have about minutes, maybe, until our warriors come down this hill. If you think you can take me by then, please feel free to try. I have already knocked all of you on your asses, so... But if you keep going, you will be spared no quarter. I'm just gonna stand there.
Can you please make me
Looks like we got a new friend.
a
Cocky bastard roll.
essentially, it's your choice of persuade or persuade or command.
Well, those are exactly the same rolls for me, so I will go with command, because that makes a bit more sense. Nope.
Yeah, so unfortunately all 3 of them stand and try to attack you again. We will start with them, in fact, as their page is bookmarked, and I don't have the snake page bookmarked. I'll have to find it. So they will be attacking.
How much momentum do we have, by the way?
I believe we had 7 in the pool. I've got a note of 7, if that's agreeable. We used a couple of points last week, but not a lot.
Okay.
Also, so the first is going to rush and attack. They are awful. The second also attacks. That's pretty good though. You need 3 successes there.
I will use a momentum then.
You may, yes. That brings us down to 6. God damn. So as they are, this person, like the first one is sort of almost fainting. I think they're just flailing wildly, trying to distract you. Ignoring them, you see the alternate person who is trying a very tactical attack, but you don't see it. You somehow just predict it. I guess you can hear him moving, and you just. I mean, how does this look?
I mean, I imagine like even though they know that I can't see, the first one's like kind of flailing in front of me, like making jabbing motions, just ignoring it. And then you get like the other guy kind of coming around behind to take me by surprise. But yeah, just kind of almost last second twisting round, slapping the sword out of the way. I imagine seeing as he did so well, it's like, frenzied, kind of frenzied assault, but just very fairly calmly. Batting it aside as he keeps going. And then I'm sure the next one is going to be just as...
Gross.
just as cowardly.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Well, that's a complication for them. I think the complication is they are stopping to think. Having heeded your words before and seeing you take on this... That was a good attack, It wasn't, it wasn't some chump. That was a proper attack, and you very easily, it would seem, deflected it. So the last person's just sort of taking a moment to think. Next, we go into the tent as the princess looks around the room for something to arm herself with. Actually, let's see if she finds anything. Oh yeah. On a critical success, she finds a whip on one of the far walls and goes to snatch it. I mean, of course she does. This is a snake priestess's 10. Of course she's got whips. The guard is going to rush forward to attack you. They're going to press on Tiliang actually, as Tiliang has been quick to fire at them. They're going to close the distance to try and neutralize you. Please make me that is one success. So please make me a parry roll of 1 or greater successes.
I am spending a momentum.
Down to 3. Oh boy. Well, you parry all right. It's a critical parry. As you hell, I'm gonna say for this, do you have any special feats or anything to do with parrying or anything like that? Like I know Hodo's got access to a whole bunch of things.
1 or 2.
I do not have it. I have agility stuff, a lot of agility stuff, but none of it specifically.
Okay.
Could give like space for a shot, maybe.
Yeah, I think that seems very fair. I think the effect could be that you can create enough space between you. Maybe trip them, make them stumble, make them think twice somehow, and build up some space for a shot.
Sure, that works for me.
Fantastic. And the snake sort of just rears up high, focusing on you, Mimir. Just holding you in its gaze. Not doing the spell anymore, but just getting ready to strike. Sounds outside indicate that the warriors are on their way. Also seems they've met a little resistance in the camp, as you can hear blades clashing. I pass it back to you. Who would like to take the first turn?
I'll go ahead and take the shot, and also I'm going to take the shot first, actually.
Take the shot.
Yeah. I'm going to do a poor job at taking the shot.
Let's see, because you do have a d6 that you can subtract from a roll. What is your ranged shot total?
It is 10 total.
10 total. Well, if you roll the d6, if you can get a 3 or more, you can get 1 success out of that.
Yeah, why not?
Unfortunately,
no, I do not.
No,
We're all defense all the time, nothing else.
Yeah, you guys went in for the long game when it came to these combat encounters. I love it. Okay, well, you may pass the initiative off to whomever you please.
I'm going to let's keep it in the tent and go to Mimir.
Okay. So Mimir doesn't like the horrible snake lady staring at him like that. Really doesn't like that she's messed with the princess. So he's gonna go ahead and attack himself. Not himself, but
How do you like this?
yeah.
You had enough yet?
So he's gonna use the Kvasir, right?
Kvasir.
Kvasir. Okay.
Oh boy. And that thing's got effects for days as well. Oh boy.
It's asking for modifier to damage dice. Was it supposed to have one?
Let's say no.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a look what we've got here. 2 basic die rolls. We've got a 1 and a 0. Oh no, 1, 0.
Is that damage? as
Yes, so we've got 1 plus effect. So that's damage rather than thing. Please make me a melee attack first of all, sorry.
Okay.
well? Can keep that for
For the damage if it hits, yeah.
Cool.
1 melee versus the snake's. I don't know what the snake. I guess. Can a snake parry? I guess it can. just not very well. You hit, so we'll take that damage if you're happy with it. Which would be 2 plus 1 effect. Can you remind me of the effects on your axe?
Has vicious deals an additional damage for every effect roll. Inflicts massive damage. It gets +1 harm. Intense and persistent is 1.
Bleeding. That's one. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got. We've got 2 from the axe itself. There was 1 for vicious, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Which was the 1 plus. Is it 1 or 2 per effect?
1.
1 per effect. So that's 3. And then there was another 2 effects on there causing damage.
If harmed, it gets +1 harm. Has intense and persistent.
Intense and persistent. Okay. It'd be great if I had somehow bookmarked all these pages. Yeah, it's at these times that I've realised how much I appreciate PDFs with their Control F.
I don't know what intense does, but persistence the bleed, right?
Yeah, persistence the bleed. I'm trying to remember. I think it's you'd roll the damage dice each turn at the start of their turns. Can't even find all the effects right now. Weapon qualities, here we go. So intense, massive harm on target. If an intense attack then it inflicts an additional harm, we've already got that one. The other 2 were piercing, right? Which ignores soak. Was it piercing?
So it was persistent was one of them.
Persistent, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the persistent 1 or 2?
1.
Persistent 1. So you've got 1 damage dice of bleed each round for 1 round. And the last one was vicious, right? So it gains X additional damage for each effect rolled. Is that 1 or 2 on vicious?
1.
1. So it takes a total of 4 damage and begins to bleed as you strike it with the thing. 4 damage. That's quite a lot. Quite a lot. As it doesn't really have any soak, it's just a snake. So you've taken a substantial amount of health. One might say that it looks about a third more bloody than it did before.
Well, the fact that it's even bloody to begin with, it's bloodier than it was before. So, I'd like to say that as he does cleave into the snake a bit, he would yell at the snake to let Syra go.
The snake will hiss at you, and we'll see its response on Snake's turn. You will be handing off to Hodir, of course. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do.
Okay. Would you like to try again? They are getting closer.
Make me another command roll.
Nope.
Okay, what can the what can we make the crit fail? I don't think there really is a crit fail for just talking to people, you know.
The guy who was hesitating no longer hesitates, I guess.
Well, I mean, we'll find out after this dice roll, I guess. Okay, so the first guy does get, I believe that is 2 successes on you.
Okay. 2 parry.
The next one has another 2 successes, and the last 3 successes. Swear to God, if it comes up a 3.
I'll use a momentum.
Down to 5 momentum now. God damn it. So, once again, Hodir, you block all 3 attacks. At this time, you don't, no one hesitates or anything. You're just getting into a proper A proper ruck now. We get into a proper ruck. As they...
Just in the middle of them, parrying.
Yeah. Some
Every
sort of
time they move, I move. Every time they stop moving, I stop moving.
some sort of Mace Windu BS going on here.
Sorry, Scrap.
That's okay. You can hear the cries of people getting closer, but also you can hear cries from behind the tent as well. As it seems people who don't really share one voice are also raising a cry and attacking. Who knows who's attacking who, but you can hear more cries. Inside... Gone.
I was just gonna say, they have Mimir. They will be fine.
So much faith in Mimir. So let's... we fly back into the tent, where the guard is going to chase and attack Tiliang again. Tiliang, that will be 2 successes.
I will obviously try to parry. I am going to drop us down to 4 momentum.
4 momentum. Whew. Whew.
Drop us down to, not spend. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. So with that, unfortunately, there is... they're going to hit you. They strike with their sword. There we go. Good, I can see the thing. 2, 3. Oh boy, 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total damage, and the effect is unforgiving. Which means...
If the target of this attack was affected by an exploit action?
Yeah, no, so it wasn't, you weren't exploited before, it's just a regular attack, so the effects don't do anything on this turn, but you do take 5 damage there. How's Tiliang looking on 5 damage?
That's a lot out of her 7. So, very much not good.
Okay. Whoops.
This outfit is ruined with Tilly's blood now. Apologies to the princess if she comes back.
I'm sure Princess won't mind. Didn't you pick pink as well? So it's probably, you know.
There we go. It'll all come out in the wash.
Yeah, or just deepen the color. That's fine. The snake is going to attack you, Mimir. As you have attacked it, it's going to lash out with its bite. Oh,
Can
boy.
I attempt to dodge?
Yes, you can indeed attempt to dodge.
Can that be acrobatic?
Yeah, so you can use your acrobatics to defend as it lunges for you. That's not what I meant to press. Never mind that. There we go. Ooh. On a 1, that will be 2 successes, so it just catches you. Oh, hang a minute. That dice I rolled is perfect. That can be his bleeding damage, as it takes 1 extra bleed. We'll say that the effect means it lasts another round, as it takes another point of damage. It does just catch you as you dive out of the way on the crit success. So you will take 5 combat dice worth of damage. Another 5 damage, and the effect is also persistent. So for 2 rounds, you too will be bleeding.
Crap, stop rolling so well.
Tee. And as it's caught you, it then lowers back down again. It seems like it needs to get up to be able to do that lunging attack. So hey, maybe you're safe for another round. Teehee. Outside you can hear warriors getting closer. You can hear Yorick and you can hear Yorick and Thyssen shouting Brunholt! This way! And you cannot hear a response from Brunholt, but Thyssen and Thora make their way towards the tent and just stop and stare at this giant snake. They've never seen anything like it. Those are the two oldest women. And Hodir, you can hear rushing towards you many feet. And I will pass the initiative back over to you.
I could go first. Are the warriors at me yet, or are they just nearly there?
Yes, you. There are warriors. You can hear people forming up on your right, as though they are getting into a shield wall and surrounding these people. But on the left, you can hear the crazed shrieks of angry slaves who are rising up.
Oh, fun!
And you feel people brush against you as they, foregoing all tactics, just dive on the guards around you.
Okay, so they've got this.
Seems that way.
Okay. Good work. I'm going to steam a meal. And I walk off towards the tent.
I'll come with you, Holdir. Brunholt, he would not come with us. He would not form up. He's gone off to fight his own battle.
Okay. If you're coming, let's go.
It shouts back a command to the rest of them. You can an action in your round can be taking a long move, and since the tent is a long move away, I will say at the end of the turn you can just be entering the tent, so you'll be in the tent for the start of your next turn. Who would you like to pass the initiative to?
Mimir, because Mimir took bleeding damage as well.
Mimir, please roll me a combat dice.
Revenge.
You can do that in the tab that looks like a burger. Next to the cog at the top.
The tab that looks like a burger.
You know what I mean. Come on, it's there, right? See the burger at the top? Top left, the little burger with the dots.
Second from the right.
Yeah, sort of looks like a burger.
Nope.
If you highlight it, it says collection. It's in between jukebox and the settings.
The music note and the cog.
Thank you.
Okay.
It looks more like exclamation marks on their side.
You mean in macros?
Yeah, in macros, sorry. I've always just called it the burger. People who taught me Roll20 called it the burger. It's ingrained in me, I'm sorry.
What are the dots next to the burger, though?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe that's supposed to represent code. Maybe that's... Yeah, macros like code macros. I don't know why you highlight it and it says collection instead of macros either. Anyway. 1 plus an effect, so the bleeding will last an extra round as you lose 1 point of damage to bleeding. How's Mimir looking?
He's holding up okay-ish. But I think he's pretty mad now. And he's gonna swing on the dang snake lady again.
Of course, of course. That will be damage. Please make a melee roll to make the melee attack.
Alright, one of these days I'm gonna get that right.
You want to hit that.
Oh boy, that is a critical success.
I really wanted to hit that.
You do hit that awfully well. It's okay, I don't think Fook's in the chat yet. That one will probably get lost.
Be fine.
Well, with the one critical success, unfortunately the creature cannot get out of the way. Your crit success is going to beat its crit success. So you hit with the damage. That is 4 plus...
4 effects.
Jeez! Jeez! Okay,
So that's
How
8
does this
royal
look?
fire.
How does this look as you are going to brutalize this snake? You're going to do things to it it should never have done to it.
I'm gonna take my axe and I'm gonna slice up lengthwise along the body. Should be plenty of meat when it's done.
Yep. And as your axe comes... as the axe comes all the way up the body of the snake, you can see it sort of like peeling and splitting, and instead of blood, it sort of looks like this... almost like if you ever split open a Stretch Armstrong, a sort of gluey substance starts coming out of it, and it begins to shrink down into the priestess, who lays on the floor, tired, and is looking to stand up again.
Can I shove her?
Hell,
Kicker.
that sounds like a minor action to me. You can do a no damage shove.
Well, she's on the floor. I think kick works better there, actually.
Yeah, as you kick them, they sort of like scurry away, trying to avoid your, trying to get back up and be, ready to fight again. It's going to cost half their turn damage to stand. I suppose you have to hand off to Tiliang, right? Tiliang!
Backing away, trying to reach the flaps of the tent and if I can have it on me in this outfit, that red potion that I found in the underground city.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that.
The red potion. Now, hang on a second, because this does require me looking at my notes to remember what it was. You guys are the most hoardy of the potions, I must say. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. It just means it takes me a second to look it up. Okay, so red. The red potion that you drink tastes like mayonnaise.
Does anyone have chips? Because we've got some meat.
And it causes your hair to grow double its length.
Oh, cool. But not what I thought it was gonna do.
Unfortunately not. That will give you, that's only cost you a minor action to drink a potion.
Okay. I guess I'll try to shoot at the guard again.
By all means. It's just not coming together. Not coming together.
It's not.
On my turn, as the snake priestess stands, drawing a ceremonial dagger with eyes on Mimir, she takes a step forward, and a whip curls around her neck. As the princess joins the fray again, this time attacking her would-be seductress. The princess is still learning though. She doesn't quite get it. It sort of like curls around the neck, but she's got the accuracy right, but there's no flick in it. It just sort of like hangs loosely, and she throws it off with no issue. The guard is looking concerned because there are a number of people outside the tent that are now attacking. You can see actually your warriors have done a fairly good job of removing most of these would-be assailants from this camp. You do outnumber them after all, and they're doing a reasonable good job. They're trying to attack the. There's a whole bunch of them, so one of them's going to hit. The guardsman will soon be put into a defensive position as they you corner him with numbers. The snake priestess stands and sort of surveys the situation. And she's going to turn and throw the dagger at the princess. On a 2, that is 2 successes. The princess uses acrobatics to dodge. But she cannot, and the dagger takes her in the well, somewhere in the torso area as she goes down. The priestess says, "Well, my mission is complete. Do what you will."
Would you like to go first, Mimir?
That's 2 successes. One, two, three. So 2 effects. That is going to be plenty enough. How does this look?
Her head's gone. Gone. Just obliterates it.
She doesn't even make a defense roll. She accepts her fate. She's completed her mission. She turns to you and accepts her fate as you cleave her head from her shoulders.
And
As a reaction, the guardsman's going to drop his sword. And oh, that was so cute. Why don't we can come back to Mimir in a second to complete their turn. Tiliang, what are you doing this turn?
I'm going to move in and get more distance between the guard and his weapon by, I guess, just taking his weapon.
Kicking it away? Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do
And
so.
I'll just yell, the Jarl's in here. And that will be my turn, I think. I'll watch the door to make sure it's friends that come in.
Yeah. And how about Hoda?
I will walk in.
So as you walk in, you probably hear the funk of the blade, the cry of the princess, perhaps a shriek of rage from Mimir. Would that be fair? And then another slightly more bloody flump, followed by the flump of a body. I'm just creating onomatopoeia as I go now. And that's what you would hear. Mimir, if you'd like to finish your turn, you may.
Yeah, I would have had him run over to the princess.
Of course. The princess is down, and already there is a faint green froth building at her mouth.
He's gonna turn to the guard. You guys have an antidote?
There's only one person who would know.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't gonna give it?
I wasn't paid for this. I was just escorting a priestess. If you like, I'll look through her belongings and see if I can find something.
Now.
Indeed. And he sort of like looks at Tiliang and the warriors for a second and then moves further back into the tent. If you like, you can send some warriors to escort him.
Yep.
Any particular 2 or just 2 at random?
2 at random.
2 at random. Okay. So off he goes. Now, you did ask me a question about sorcery earlier, and I have been looking it up in the background. What kind of sorcerer are you? Do you know?
Which shaman?
A shaman. Great.
Just in time.
So, sorcery, I guess that would be from the west as well. A shamanistic practice in the Black Kingdoms. Do you favor alchemy and craft, or spells, that sort of thing?
It didn't say.
What would you like to favor?
I think alchemy.
Alchemy. Okay, that's cool. So you can create. You have a whole host of things here. Exploding powder, blinding powder, burning liquid, making glass, reinforced fabrics, and lotus pollen. Those are just... Hang on a minute, those are petty enchantments. Hang on. Okay, so alchemy, yeah, those. It looks like those are the petty enchantments that you automatically have access to. Is the ones I just read out. Not much there in the way of healing, but if you'd like to use alchemy to try and figure out what's happening to the princess, you could make that check.
Yeah. Where is that? So that would use the sorcery then, right? Because it's his sorcery thing.
Yeah, you've got the choice. I think alchemy is also a skill in skills
Yep.
alchemy, but if you prefer...
Intelligence.
Yep. Sorcery, yep. Yeah, you've got intelligence alchemy or willpower sorcery. Whichever one's the better, I'll allow you. Okay, on one success, you can tell this is a poison, and the green is not good. However, you can tell that removing the blade is a good action. Get as much of the poison out as possible, start cleaning it, sort of thing.
Okay, so I think he'd do that, and then I guess that would be a healing roll afterwards to try and staunch any bleeding and stuff.
Totally, yeah. You will need to clean this wound. You need to get as much of the venom out as possible. You know that. One healing, that's good enough to stabilize. How does this look?
He's gonna go ahead and pull out the dagger, start cleaning around the wound, and I'm gonna say he probably had some of the black powder prepared. He would have put that around the wound to help cauterize and burn a bit.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably screaming because ow.
She's actually not screaming. She's lolling, alive, but vacant.
Okay.
Though you know this hurts. And it looks like we've just hit 10 retweets, despite the screen saying 1. So on 10 retweets, let's see. I mean, you also do have a bunch of random potions that you could try giving the princess. I'm not saying it's a good or bad idea, but...
If I remember, Mimir had the silver one?
You do have a silver potion. Yeah, Ash, wasn't it? Swirling in a bottle?
I have that one.
You have that one. So you had the another silvery one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have one.
Yeah, we didn't roll yours yet because I realised that it'd be easier to roll them later. Oh, then shining silver. Yeah, I found the one. Interesting
Can you
effect.
use his alchemy to try and figure out what it is?
Sure. I need 1 success, and I'll give you a full description. 1 success. This is a shining silver potion. You can't be sure of the flavour, but it looks a lot like, under your inspections, that it would gift you some sort of control over certain types of creatures.
Not useful here. Okay.
But Mimir, you've just received another potion thanks to our retweets. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
If you like, you can roll that straight away, and I'll give you the same check.
Yeah.
D100, please. So this, well, I don't actually know what this what this color is, but it looks are described as caput mortuum. I'll have to look that up later. It sort of smells like rotting flesh. You find it just lying near the priestess. You get the impression that this spell helps you to obscure your intentions. The priestess may have been using it earlier on, and also can have an interesting side effect on limbs. Thank you, Natalie.
It's very dark red. Okay. I think instinct can tell him, yeah, this is not a thing either. She aware that everyone else had picked up potions as well.
That's up to everyone else.
I don't think Horuto mentioned it.
He'd ask it. Did anyone else grab potions at any point? I mean, I can take a look. Maybe I can tell what it is. Maybe it's useful.
But I have this one, and holds out. It's the ashes swirling around. One.
Yes, the ashes. I've got a feeling that was.
I have a note that it's protection from evil, but I also had a note that the hair-growing one was some sort of healing.
Oh, really?
So, I don't know how much I trust my notes on it.
It was
I might
actually
have-
just a jar of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You misplaced the potion, the princess swapped around.
Somebody had a very healthful sandwich.
Where are you, ashes? I should have got you to take down the number. That would have been cleverer. Cleverer. Yeah. Okay. So you've got this potion. You can offer it to Mimir if you wish.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
There we go.
In between, I'd imagine, and trying to bandage myself up.
So on the critical fail. On the critical fail. Excuse me.
What the hell? This is relish.
You can't exactly tell what the potion does, but you can tell that its side effects. The side effects can cause certain things possibly to happen to someone's nether regions.
Okay. I'm not sure, but the side effects are weird, and I don't think that this is needed either, but thank you. It does something to nether regions, I think. It's not good.
Some
Or
sort of
now.
growth.
Oh, I've had that plant before. It is it's for the old people.
We're out of initiative now, so is there anything you'd like to do?
I cannot help it, so I'll go make sure everything is squared away out.
Tilly is gonna bandage herself up and then try to find other people to help. Well,
You should look at Mimir. I can hear the blood drops from here.
okay.
True, because he hadn't paid any attention to his shit.
I turn to the any warriors still in this tent. Guard the tent. Make sure no one comes near the Jarl. Okay?
Faisal and Thora immediately nod and say, "Yes, Odir, it will be done."
Okay. I will go and see what is happening outside. I'm gonna walk outside.
Bornholt, not Brunholt. Bornholt greets you and says, "For the most part, the camp is secured. However, Brunholt is injured."
Of course he is. Is he dead?
No, he's not dead.
Well, then he will be fine. Okay. Do you have prisoners? Did you kill everyone?
No,
I think I and slaves.
we didn't kill everyone. The slaves were a great help. We also have a priest who did not try to fight us.
Oh, good. Take me to the slaves first.
Indeed. and Bornhold will start walking away. They're just used to you being able to follow them by sound now, so he doesn't do any of the crap that the guard was doing last week.
Follow the sound of my voice.
After a few moments, the guardsman reappears and also has some bottles. He's like, look, I found these in the back. I'm not sure whether they're poisons or cures, but surely even if we find the poison, that would be a benefit, right? Knowing what to cure?
It could help. Yeah. Let me see him.
And he passes over the 3 bottles. One is a acidy sort of yellow. It's an interesting shade. Another is a pale blue colour, and the last is black.
Okay. He's gonna go ahead and try and identify all 3. Do I need 3 separate rolls or 1 roll there?
Yes, sure. Is there any way you can help out, Tillian?
Muted. I would
Just with medicine or healing skill.
Yeah, sure.
I would like, while Mimir is trying to like deal with these potions and like see the princess, Tilliang to just be like bandaging up Mimir as they're like moving around. It's like this bizarre scene.
Yeah, we can totally do that if Mimir's cool with it. Tilliang's sort of like trying to tend to your wounds at the same time. But not doing
It's not going well.
So here are the facts. The blue potion is blue. The yellow potion with the acidy sort of thing to it is definitely a poison, which gets into the blood. And the last one, the black one, is a deadly poison, which seizes the heart and makes it stop pumping.
Well, the yellow one is poison. The black one is worse poison. I have no idea what this blue shit is.
Might be better than nothing at this point in time.
Oh yeah, if we can't save her. If we can't figure out how to stop what's in her body right now. Okay.
Are you going to administer the blue potion?
If we're gonna do it, can I do it, please? That's one of her subjects. Tilly will say a soft prayer to her, like mostly just to herself, and then administer the vial to the princess.
Of course you can. As you make your short prayer and the potion brushes her lips and falls into her, but you need to hold her head to make her drink it. She's really lolling about, and
Sure.
It does clear the foam, but the princess does pass out after ingesting a couple of gulps.
I'd like to. Could I check her for like a pulse or other signs of life?
Yes, of course. Medicine check. 1 success would be great.
0 will be funny though. So, or potentially funny, I guess. 1. There we go.
On 1 success, you can indeed feel a pulse. It is weak and slow. The princess is hot. Very hot. She's running a fever.
Okay. She's still breathing, but maybe we could. Is there water or anything? Some cold towels we can. Her fever is quite high.
Mimir would grab, because there's loads of cloth, he'd take some of the cloth and just shove it in one of the containers that had wine and not bother wringing it out and just here.
That'll work, yeah. Icy water.
Yeah. Yeah, start putting icy. Starting probably with her like forehead, and then working. You know, covering just as much of her as I can with the cold cloths.
Drape over her like a shroud.
So, Mimir, if you too would like to make medicine checks on the princess, you may. If you'd like to make a medicine check on yourself, you may. The world is your oyster.
I'm having a hard time locating this. That's healing, right?
Yeah, healing is.
Yeah. Your medicine, and I'm so used to looking for the word medicine.
It's intelligence. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, on 2 healing, you can also tell that the slow pulse and the temperature that Tiliang has pointed out, this is a reaction to the poison, not the intended effects of the poison. It would seem she's fighting.
I don't think there's much more we can do at this point. Other than help her keep cool and watch over her.
I will watch over her. And for a while until I fall asleep.
The guard looks between you and says, what of me? What would you have me do? I can be a help if you approve.
And how would you be a help?
I'm a soldier, not a medicine man.
Kind of my point. We need a medicine man. You had slaves here. You happen to know if any of them are medicine people?
No, they're just slaves. Not really good for anything.
Are you sure? I was a slave.
He coughs. Indeed. I mean, I suppose it can't hurt to check. I could certainly do that. I'll go and check. That would be helpful. Yes. Yes. Sort of shuffles towards the tent exit, looking between Thora and Thyssen, and slips between them awkwardly. Why don't we pan across to Hodir?
Yes.
Aloth brings you to Bornhold passes you off to Aloth, who takes you to this prisoner. She says he's been quite good, really. He hasn't made any trouble. When we first came over the ridge, he just took to his knees and put his hands behind his back, and all of the slaves just ran past him without a word.
Who is it? Who are you?
It's me, Hodir. You said you wouldn't like to fight me. I decided I wouldn't like to fight you or yours either.
I said I wouldn't like to kill you. I wouldn't mind fighting you.
Selective misinterpretation.
Okay. Can you... Do you know much about that weird priestess woman? She's dead, by the way.
Okay, well, fantastic. I am, I am not one of the snake priests. They keep to their own. I've been doing my own research for a time. I happened to be in the city and snapped up. I can be of some use.
Healing, maybe.
Yes, I understand healing if you require it.
No, I'm fine. They didn't touch me. But in the tent, there are a couple of people who would likely use your ministrations. If you touch any of them, if you do anything wrong, I will kill you. Okay?
Obviously, yes.
Good, go.
Thank you. And you hear him stand up and sort of brush himself off and begin calmly walking.
Now, where are these slaves? Or ex-slaves?
Well, we didn't know what to do with them either, so we just put them all in one tent.
Just one tent? How many of them are there?
Well, about 7 survived. They attacked armed men with abandon. Quite a few died.
It happens. Alright, let us go say hello to them.
And she leads you to the tent. Inside, you can hear a few people sort of kicking around. They're all just in here, Hodia.
Okay, I walk in. Ah! I see you decided to stop being slaves.
It was your idea.
It wasn't my idea, it's really very simple. I'm surprised you had not thought of it before.
So now do we follow you?
If you like. What do you want to do? You're not slaves anymore. You can decide what you want to do now. Although, dying in the desert is not a brilliant plan.
Several conversations start up as several people start speaking at once. The prevailing themes that you can hear are I was born a slave, being repeated several times, probably by the same person.
Okay.
And, sort of, I don't want to be here, and also, we can do anything. We can do anything we like. We can go to any of the far cities. And other people saying, Hodir freed us. We should stay with him.
I did not do anything.
As soon as you open your mouth again, they all shush.
In my defense, I literally just told you you cannot be a slave if you like. And now here we are.
The first person to talk is the one who was loudly proclaiming about being born a slave. What did not slaves do?
That's kind of a long question, and the answer would take a couple of weeks.
Well, what's the first thing they do?
Not slaves? Wake up. And then have breakfast. And then probably wash. And then most likely lunch. Bit of training maybe, depending. I like to train. I think you can see where this is going.
You like to train. Look, I've been a slave all my life. I wouldn't know what to do not being a slave. Perhaps I could fetch water for you.
I can get my own water. I'm not that old.
My lord, I can see that you cannot see so well. Perhaps I could select your clothes or help you in some way.
You could maybe help someone else here. I don't really need help. There's not much I want, and what I want I can get. So you would be useless.
Oh, it's not good for a slave to be useless.
You're not a slave, though. Free men can be useless. I know many useless men.
Another one pipes up. Don't you see this is our opportunity? You can get out of here. A younger voice, perhaps someone who was captured recently, it seems, as their accent isn't quite Aquilonian. It's close, but not. We could go and do anything we like. We could, but there's not going to really be much consoling this person who doesn't really. They're confused mostly.
Well, you could band together, go and free more slaves. You could go and work as mercenaries. You could go and offer your services in a city, earn money, marry, have children. You could wander off, get drunk, and die. Really, it's up to you.
A hush falls over the tent.
Which bit was the problem?
The choice, I guess.
Okay.
You get used to not having to think for yourself.
Really?
I've been a slave for many years. I remembered being a boy. I used to pick apples.
I don't know what to do with that.
I think I'd like to pick apples.
Sure. I don't think there are many around here, so you might have to walk for a while.
I'm sure with time I could find my homeland.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. If any of you would like to leave, you can take my horse. He can carry water and supplies. His name is Sleipnir. If you eat him, I'll hunt you down and kill you all.
They don't know what to do with that. What brings on your generosity? First you... No matter what you say, you free us from our chains and then offer to give us a horse?
Do you not want the horse? I will keep the horse. I do not mind either way. If he can help you more than me, then why would I not give you my horse?
The youngest one says, I would not like to take your horse. Soon joined by the others who are like, keep your horse. However, if you have a wineskin, I would take that one.
I don't drink wine. I'm sure there are some around here. I'm sure people will... You know, you all fought and besides us and bled and died. I'm sure people will be willing to give you a wineskin at least. Maybe some water to put in it. Shit, maybe wine as well.
Are we free to leave this tent? The young ones just told us put us in here and told us to wait.
They are protective of our lord. We have to make sure that our Jarl is not attacked. You are not prisoners, but you will be treated carefully. I hope this is acceptable.
Yes, it is. I look forward to going and seeing what happened to my father's shop.
Well, I think we all have things to do. You have to decide what you want to do with the rest of your life, and I have to walk outside this tent.
As you say that, the guard sent from Mimir walks into the tent. Before we carry on, we will pan back across to Mimir and Tiliang with the princess. Are you staying in the tent? What are you doing?
I'd be staying in the tent.
Yes, I'm taking care of the princess and also taking it easy because I took a lot of damage as well.
Would it be fair to say, Mimir, that you're not looking after yourself so much from your initial...
Yeah, no. He'd be worried about the princess, probably realize, oh, hey, there's other injured people, not paying attention to his own.
It's actually one of the younger warriors who approaches you, Mimir. Mimir, one of the younger boys, Ingvar. While we were fighting, I took an arrow. I snapped it off, but I'm still bleeding and I don't know what to do.
Let me see where this arrow is.
He points at his hip, high on his hip.
We can get that arrow out, and then we can bandage that up.
If you tell me what to do, I don't want to distract you from the princess.
No, it's fine. It's honestly something that's probably best having someone hold you, and someone else pull it out.
Fora turns around from the entrance and says, "We don't need 2 sets of eyes. I can help hold him down."
That would be helpful.
And she comes over and is basically just standing to attendance, ready to do your bidding.
I'd like to hand the kid a flagon of wine before he goes through that. Like, take a few sips of that.
I saw what happened to Bornhold in the city. I wouldn't like to.
Not everybody behaves like that.
Don't drink into an excess. Just have a few. It'll help with the pain while the arrow is being dealt with.
Okay. And he takes a drink from the wine and pulls a face. But then drinks again. And passes it back. Okay, I've drunk some. Ah.
Okay. Zora, you're gonna need to... Well, I don't want to get hit, so we need to make sure he can't kick or hit, and then you gotta be able to pretty much hold him still otherwise too. I mean, if you have to, just lay on top of him for a moment while I pull this out.
I could just kneel on his biceps, sit across his chest. That'd hold him pretty well.
Okay. I'll pin down the other legs then. And...
So when you pull back his well, I mean, really just sackcloth, I guess. The dressing has been cheap and cheerful on this journey. It looks worse than you first thought. As you look at it, he's bleeding quite a lot. It would seem that he's got an arrowhead embedded in the top of his leg. Perhaps from the blackening, it's already, maybe it might have even hit the bone, or...
I think I need some help with this here.
Okay.
With 1 healing, you can improve his condition greatly. I'll leave the details up to you guys how it looks, but we'll say that on 1 success you can at least remove the arrowhead and start dressing things up. How exactly you want to go about that? Please go ahead.
With arrowheads, they bite back a little bit, so you have to give it a little. Be careful to try to find the same exit out, because they can kind of twist, and then she'll pop it out and kind of she has a bandage ready to put over it. and puts the bandage over it, and
Yeah, when you start moving that arrowhead, Ingvar starts. I guess it's cry screaming. You see Thora on his chest sort of like get bucked a little as he convulses.
I know. I'm sorry. It's almost done. And kind of finishes working it out. Compresses the bandage on the wound with one hand, and then hands him the wineskin on the other.
This time he just starts throwing the wine down his face. You said it'd make the pain stop, so he's just ugly quaffing. There's no movement from the princess. She stays exactly where you left her. We'll pan back around to the tent where the guard has just walked in.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Thank you very much, Greg and the Tales from the Grim, for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. We've just had a battle and everyone's severely hurt. Yay! Not everyone, but a few key characters.
I'm fine.
The power of friendship. What a raid. Oh, hi. He stumbles in and says, hello again, Hodia. Look, you there, slaves. Sorry. You there, slaves. Are any of you healers?
Who are you talking to? There are no slaves here.
Right. What?
Take time. Think about it.
I see. Okay, no problem. Of course.
Healers?
Yes, healer. Look, poison. We've got a poison used by the snake priestess on one of your party, and it looks real bad. Does anyone know about poison?
Anybody?
The youngest one steps forward. My father owned a shop that sold all sorts of alchemy.
Would you mind going and helping out?
Your wish is my... Yes.
Take time.
Yes, Hodir. Yes.
Think about it. Go.
And leaves hastily. And the guard sort of stands, hands on hips, and says, "Well, that's worked out well. See, I'm being useful."
Go away.
Indeed, right. Yep. I will just... and he just leaves hastily. Back at the tent, a few moments later, a young, dark-skinned boy stumbles into the tent and says, Fora stops him. I have been sent by the guard. I am here to be... I know about poisons. And she immediately lets him in. You would hear this. And he enters the room.
Over here. Over here.
I'm also gonna come back to the tent in my own time.
Yeah, I mean, he ran the whole way, so you can enter in a few minutes. Just let me know when you want to come on in.
Alright.
And he will go over and say, do you know what she was administered?
No, it was on the stagger.
May I see?
And Mimir would hand over the dagger.
And the wineskin.
Okay.
And he licks the dagger. And sort of with the wine, washes around and spits heavily. She's been given this. He points to the yellow one. It is a difficult poison to recover from. Did you give her anything else?
Yes, we gave her some of this potion here, and then I'll show him the blue vial.
He takes it, has a sniff, has a bit of a drink, swishes around, and spits again. Okay, that could be much worse. It's a kind of a sedative, which could be a good thing, in all honesty. She needs time to heal and recover, and rest is exactly what she needs. Is she like you? Is she brave warriors who free slaves in the desert?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so she should be reasonably hardy. She should survive.
All right. Thank you.
I can stay on hand in case her condition changes.
I think that would be good, because I could not even identify the blue one. If I'd known it was this poison on the dagger, I'd have known that much, but I couldn't even tell that.
I do not know what to say. Can I fetch you water or anything? Wine?
No, I think our concern is just, it's just her, and if you can help with any wounds.
You are injured badly.
Is that mine? Oh. I hadn't noticed.
It looks as though you've been impaled by some sort of spear, or... How are you not noticing this?
I walk in.
Yeah, Fora doesn't even think about stopping you.
Who has been impaled by a spear?
It was no spear, I was bit. The priestess turned into a big snake lady thing. She bit me.
Have you seen to your wounds yet?
I was not aware of them.
I'll take a moment to calm down. Okay. Tiliang, could you maybe see to
Yes, I can.
Jarl Bjarnason? Please. Maybe if they stop moving for 2 seconds.
I can't help with making them not move, but I can help. I can take a look at them.
I thought I heard something about a sedative.
That was given to the princess.
All of it?
Yes, all of it.
Okay.
She's taken quite a lot. She'll probably wake up with bad stomach cramps.
Could be worse.
If I'm sure we can find some herbs or something about to handle the cramps.
Well, I have a report to give. So, Jarl, if you lie down and let your wounds get treated, I'll give you the report.
Okay.
Okay. And I will literally wait until Mimir lies down.
Mimir would lay down.
Okay. Sorry, whoever's healing, I don't know if it's Tilian.
Yeah, Tilly will take a look.
Okay, good. So, we defeated everyone. Yes, we defeated everyone. The slaves helped. They are not slaves anymore. They have no idea what they want to do with their life. There was mention of apple picking. We captured some of them, I think. I haven't gone to see them yet, because I figured you would want to pass judgment yourself. We have supplies now. Food and water and wine, probably a lot of wine. There was promise of meat, but I got attacked. I don't know if there's actually meat. I tried to give away my horse, but they denied, so I still have a horse. That is pretty much everything.
That's an excellent briefing.
I've been told that I can be succinct.
You can indeed.
The slaves will do. Well, the ex-slaves will do what they will do. Meat would be good. We should probably search for other stuff when we can.
I would offer to do it, but... You know.
You mean to tell me that your hands cannot feel things still?
I mean, my hands can feel things, but my hands can feel water, they can feel wine, they feel the same. And I don't particularly want to go around drinking everything.
I'm not saying you have to drink things. Alright. Have a couple of the young warriors then go help to search for stuff there.
Okay. What about the prisoners?
Prisoners? Sorry.
Yeah, I'd turn around. How many prisoners did we take?
4.
Okay, good, there was someone there. Yes, we took 4 prisoners.
All guards, peoples.
I think they were just guards.
Find out if they were working for the priestess or if they just happened to be mercenaries themselves.
I mean...
If they were mercenaries, their job's probably done anyways.
Okay. I mean, they could just lie and say, we are just mercenaries.
Yes, but they don't know that's an option.
Ah, clever. Okay. I will go and talk to the gods. And I leave. And you do not get up as I walk away.
I can see the one critical success there from Tiliang. You make headway on Mimir, start the healing process. Mostly bandaging things up and stuff.
Well, sure, once Mimir stops moving, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yep. Is indeed true. Is there anything else that Tiliang would like to do?
No, she's concerned with watching over the princess, and resting herself, so nothing else. Oh, she would, in a quiet moment, go over to the priestess's body and snatch that necklace that she had. The gold one. Wouldn't be trying to hide it from anybody in the room. Just goes over and grabs it.
You start to feel scaly, and you turn.
Yes. Not put it on.
Well, at least that'll make it easier to scale the city walls.
Yeah, there we go. Oh.
From the back room, Stavria walks out. Tiliang, Mir. I found the head in a bag back there.
That is unfortunate. I don't want to look, but I think I might be the only one that can confirm if it is the princess or not. It takes a deep, steadying breath and pops it open and takes a look.
Roll me a society roll. One success, that's enough. This is a young woman's head who bears a resemblance to the princess.
If this is not This is not the princess. They found a very good look-alike. She won't be surprised, but I'm not too keen on letting our princess know that her sister's gone. But thank you for bringing it and finding it.
Would you like I should do something with it, Liang?
Is there a, out of character, is there a particular, like, do Zamorans like to be, like, do they need to be buried or whatever with their entire body? Like, is there anything...
Burial rituals.
Is there anything like that? Like burial rituals?
The Zamorans often borrow rituals from the people who are currently conquering them. It's been some years since they've had their own regency.
Sure.
The Aquilonians do like to bury or burn their dead. It's not a ritualistic thing.
I am not sure what the royal family does with their dead, so we will. I guess I will hold on to it for her until she can make a decision. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll hold on to it and let her know. Again, thank you. It's not happy news, but important to have confirmed.
I'll go and continue helping with the search for equipment and items.
Thank you.
And Ingvar leaves the room. Why don't we go to Hodir talking to the dog? The dogs? The gods? Talking to the dogs is a very different thing.
Gods. I'm going to talk to the gods.
Yeah.
Not gods.
Gods. Gotcha. Okay.
I could talk to the gods on the way. Well, the gods. But I don't want to hear what he has to say about this right now.
So as you head towards where the guards are being kept, one of the warriors is glad to point you in the right direction. Just holding your hand out, you can walk in a straight line fair easy enough, so they just point you in the right direction and set you off. As you get closer, you can start to hear the commotion. You can hear Brunhild's voice. You know him as Snotty, I suppose. As he's saying, "Look, they bloodied me. We should kill them all." And you can hear both Yorick and Bornhold, the two other oldest males, scuffling with Brunhold, like pushing him back. You can hear a lot of scuffling. You cannot just kill people, Brunhold. That is for the Jarl to decide.
Point of interest. You can just kill people, but you should wait for the Jarl to decide.
Hold there, I did not hear you approach, says Brunhold. I'm not sure if my accent does it justice, but he takes on a slightly more simpering tone.
That is probably because you are fighting each other.
Yes, quite. Look, we should kill them as soon as possible. Some of them say they are working for the Snake Priestess, or the Snake God, or the Eternal Emperor, and these things, and they're making chants and stuff. They could bring all sorts of hoodoo on us.
So you want to be Jarl? Will you be challenging Jarl Bjarnson for the seat?
No, Hodir, I just was making a suggestion. But like you said, you can kill a man.
No. You do not get to make decisions. You either challenge Jarl Bjarnson, or you wait for their decision. Which one?
I will wait for their decision.
Then shut up and sit down.
After a long moment, you hear him sit down.
Okay, so, you gods, I hear you are summoning snake demons to kill us. Is this true?
We are subjects of the Eternal Emperor. I do not know what right you have to take on this envoy as they go on their holy pilgrimage, but you will surely be smitten.
I'm not sure if that was a yes or a no. Question. Are you summoning snake demons? Answer.
No, I don't know how. Hang on, let me check. Is anyone summoning a snake demon? It says, look, just because I'm a priest does not mean that I can summon snake demons. No, we are not summoning snake demons.
Okay, that was very simple. I do not know where you needed the first part. Okay, are all of you together in this with the I can't remember what you're talking about, something about smithing. Glorious snake priestess, something.
After a moment, they sort of chime up. Look, I am a priest of the priestess Daenerys. Yes, there are snakes. I wouldn't go so far as to call us snake priests.
Wait. First things first. Who is priestess Daenerys?
The priestess. The one leading this caravan, the one taking the pilgrimage.
Oh, okay, yes. Sorry, I was thinking of someone else.
Did you not converse with her or meet with her or anything?
No.
How dare you attack this envoy?
I think my Jarl killed her though.
Oh.
Do you need a moment?
Yes. Well, look, I'm just a simple guardsman. I am loyal to the Emperor, yes. But it all depends how loyal, if you know what I mean. I have a price. I'll work for money.
I'm not paying you.
Right, yep. I have no interest in. I am. Whew. All right. I'm not. Shall we say a turncoat?
Right.
But I also don't like dying.
Okay. Carry on.
Well, what do you intend to do with us?
I intend to do nothing until I am told what to do with you.
I'll bleed neck. My name is Yafira. I travelled with the caravan as a guide through the desert. Your warriors captured me when I put on my weapons at the start of the fighting. I do not know fighting very well at all.
Go on.
Well, I assume we wait for your decision maker to arrive, right?
No, I'm just talking with you. I'd like to get to know you. Maybe then I will feel bad if I have to kill you.
The guardsman's like, oh yeah, well let's start chatting. Yeah, cards. I love cards. Do you like cards?
No.
Right. Taverns. Do you like taverns?
I don't drink.
Right. Brothels?
No.
Have you got a wife?
It's not really any of your business.
Right. Just trying to make conversation, you know. I've got a wife back home and kids. 3 little girls, and I wear glasses when I'm not a guard.
So you have a family and you put them at risk of losing their husband and father?
Well, no. No.
Yeah.
This is a no-risk job. We didn't know we'd be attacked in the desert. I just got to put on a hat, look like a guard for a bit. I do it all the time. Courier, they call me. Not courier. More like, what's the other one? The one that escorts couriers. Maybe you take work like that. I saw you fighting earlier.
Escort is what it's called.
Yeah, escort service. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Are we
So
getting
you
on?
could- Not really, no. I find you kind of abrasive.
Right. Well, if he's done, what is it you'd like to know? You just chat for the sake of chatting?
I mean, do we have anything else to do?
Well, I was escorting a bloody princess through the desert until you all ambushed us and...
I believe she was a priestess. That one just said priestess, not princess.
Yeah, alright, priestess, and the other thing as well.
I heard she's even more bloody now as well.
Yes, that may be true. That may be true.
What would you do if you had your freedom?
Return to the Empire and serve the Emperor. I am loyal.
To who?
The Emperor.
Is that the one who is the servant to the Aquilonians? Or I'm not going to lie. In the last 15 years or so, I have not paid that much attention to politics. Which one is the Emperor?
Right. And he starts at the beginning. He starts with in 572, regents thingy and thingy got together and they had the child. That child grew to ascendancy and was gifted the precinct of Zamora. He goes into the whole thing, talks about birth dates, comings of ages, when the regency has passed on, all this sort of thing. The Aquilonian Emperor is the short answer out of all the information that you're looking for, I believe.
After like a minute of him talking, I just sit down and listen.
In that time, why don't we pan back to Mimir and Tiliang in the tent? So Mimir, you would have seen Tiliang receive a package from Svavria. And Tiliang, would you have made it obvious what it was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it contained the
Princess's.
princess's head, princess's sister's head.
Oh. So suspicions there were right.
Unfortunately.
Right. Well, there's not much we can do with it now.
No, I'm going to hold on to it until the princesses. I'm not sure what the current royalty does for funeral rites. So I was gonna hold on to it for her until she's able to speak again.
I agree, that's probably the best move. I think right now we're just in the waiting game.
I think so.
If
We should probably have a head count done to see that all the young warriors made it.
If I may, it would help if we gathered some simple roots from the. They usually grow in the desert, not so much in the dunes here, but more in the arid plains. There are some roots that can help with the healing process. Not the cure. There's not really a cure or an antidote to this thing. It's just something the body has to fight. But they give great strength, and they're easy to mash up and chew.
You said more in the high plains, basically.
Just away from the dunes, where water used to be.
About how far is that from here?
Honestly, I do not know. I only know the descriptions from books.
Would there have been anyone in the camp that would have known that?
The guard was leading us. There was also a guide. I do not know what happened to her.
Go see if you can find either one. Please.
Yes. What should I call you?
My name is Mimir.
Yes, Mimir.
What is yours?
My father called me Ogdan.
Then you are Altstan.
I will go and look. Thank you, Mimir.
Thank you.
Dance out the tent. How is Mimir's injuries looking? Are we doing any more healing? We've got them all sort of like bandaged up, but with the bleeding damage that you took, how much? You took quite a bit of damage. How much was it relative to your normal health?
No, I'm not even sure where to find that on the sheet.
Okay, fair enough. It will be your vigor. You reduce your vigor by your damage.
He's down to 7.
Down to 7. Okay. And when you take 4 or more in one hit, you do take a wound as well. I can actually decide whether the wound hits on a roll of a d20. So I believe both of you took 1. The wound you would have taken, Tiliang would have been a blow. Actually, no, that would make more sense. Mimir, perhaps you're struggling with potions and sorcery so much because you also hit your head when you were knocked, when you were acrobatically diving and knocked. So you've taken a small trauma to the head.
Okay.
Tiliang, when the sword cut deep into you, it cut deep into your right leg.
I would assume we're trying to help each other with wounds and stuff at this point.
Did the priest get in there?
Oh yeah, of course. Did you send the priest this way?
Philip, yeah. I was like, can you go help with
So he will arrive. He didn't come straight away because he's brought along some supplies from the trailer. He walks stops him and says, "I bring medical supplies and things to help with the healing. I understand there are people injured inside." And she admits him. He bows at the door. "Hello, my name is Philip. I am one of the priests. You have conquered me. I am at your disposal. Hodior sent me here to do healing."
We could use a lot of that.
Yes. Are you feeling okay?
I got a headache.
Yes, I can see that. Here, take some of this. And he passes you a fine powder. It's from the willow tree. It should help with the pain. It comes from Acolonia. Very expensive.
Okay.
You seem easy enough, he says, looking at your leg, Tiliang. Just, bind it up, I guess. You should be okay after a few days.
All right, thank you.
Can you stand on it okay?
A little bit. It's trying to stay off of it right now, but I can still walk a bit.
Can you put your weight on it?
Tries and she flinches and not fully.
Okay. That's good, though. You'd be screaming in pain if it was broken. Let's just bind it up. You should heal up in no time.
Well, all right.
And he will just be staying there administering to you. What is your plan now that you've conquered this train? What will you do with the people here? If you don't mind me asking, that is. Obviously, I am a conquered rather than a conquis.
Not my decision to make.
Well, at this point, any person that was a slave is no longer a slave. I still have to decide what I will do with those who are still loyal to the Emperor. I can only imagine that would be problematic for me.
Yes, I can see that. I suppose I count as loyal to the Emperor. I'm loyal to my god still, I suppose. It's a fickle thing, a relationship with the gods.
If I understand correctly, the Emperor is the god in your people's eyes.
Yes. God of great power. He conquers all.
Except death, because he dies. Eventually.
Well, it's believed that the godhood moves from person to person.
That is quite odd.
As in,
Yes, it is.
usually when one of his sons, or maybe a daughter, I don't know, it's not happened in recent years, but could do. When one of them becomes more worthy, the godship transfers, and the Emperor takes his own life. They say that only the Emperor can take his own life.
Well, if it wasn't the Emperor taking his life, then it would be murder, wouldn't it?
They say that death doesn't touch them.
Well, I hate to say we will probably be finding that one out.
I don't mean to challenge your prowess. I mean, the Emperor doesn't often end up in combat. Quite possible. I mean, good luck to you. Fighting an Emperor and all that, not my cup of tea, but good luck. I mean, they stay eternally youthful.
And that sounds like sorcery.
Could be.
How about I do this? What would you do?
In your shoes or in my shoes?
In my shoes.
Well, I suppose it depends on what your goals are, really, and why.
My goals are to eventually go back home, but first, I am helping a friend of mine.
Ah, okay, loyalty. Is your friend worth dying for?
Certainly. It appears I may have brushed with that tonight.
Well then, probably a good show. In that case, do whatever you need to do. You get a friend like that, they come once in a lifetime.
You will have to consult with my friends then.
How do you mean? Oh, right. Yes. Well, brilliant. Yes. Well, don't mean to overstep. Head should get better soon. You're quite able to answer conversations and have a decent conversation, though, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Probably just have a headache for a few hours. The willow bark should kick in after a few minutes, 20 minutes or so. Whew. So it's bloody awkward, isn't it, being on opposite sides and all that?
Can I walk in about now?
Yeah, sure. You got bored of in questioning the guards, yeah. Come on in.
It just felt like a good moment for Hoda to walk in.
Do you have anything that would help with my female companion here? She has, from what I have been told, poison similar to this in her body.
Oof. Always difficult to know with poison. Some of these act as accelerants for certain compounds. I don't really understand it, if I'm honest with you. But here, take my medicine kit. Do what you can.
Hello, Philip.
Hello, here, dear. How you doing?
I spoke to the guards.
And what did they say?
A whole load of things. I think a lot of it boiled down to either we're going to kill you or please don't kill us.
That's interesting, because I suppose me and your Jarl here, you don't mind me referring to you as Jarl, do you? You've been having a very different conversation altogether. They've been asking me for advice and such. What did I say? I must be some sort of privileged prisoner, eh? Ah.
Well, you didn't fight, so...
He'll walk over. Your Jarl has taken a blow to the head. They should be okay, but just keep an eye on them. If they get tired or anything, don't let them sleep.
I might keep an ear on them instead.
Turn of phrase. You know how it is.
No.
Of course you don't. Well, keep a listen out. If they start to sound groggy, keep them awake.
Okay.
Am I alright to leave? Am I right to wander around the camp? He's addressing you again, Mimir.
Oh dear, you seem to know. Is Philip here?
Yeah, I spoke to him before we started killing each other.
Awful business, that.
Wasn't too bad for me.
Would you trust to leave him wandering around, or what would you do? Because honestly, I've never dealt with this position before.
I would not trust him wandering around by himself. A sensible guard, it would be fine. As I said, I would hate to have to kill you. But I will.
And my misinterpretation is quite accurate. I'd hate to have to fight you, let alone try and kill you.
It is quite unfortunate that you remain loyal. But I guess you can wander around. I'm sure there's other wounded to attend to.
Who are you loyal to?
My god, Hodia.
No. Okay.
Unfortunate thing, Faith.
What would you like to do with the other gods?
Oh,
Not you.
And how are they about?
I would not trust any of them. At least a couple of them are fanatic A few others of them claim to be mercenaries, but who knows? If we let them go, they could die in the desert, or they could find reinforcements and come back after us. If we bring them with us as prisoners, we have to guard them. We have to give them water.
Well, and then if we get in a fight, I can guarantee we won't be able to keep our eyes on them, which then puts them as a liability at that point.
Look what happened with the slaves, who are no longer slaves. The second there was an opportunity,
Right.
same thing could happen. If you would like my advice, I say kill all of them, except for Philip.
Philip still claims that he's loyal to his god as well.
Well,
His god being their emperor.
I can kill him too if you like. It is up to you. No offense, Philip.
None taken.
Alright. I think Philip at least has usefulness. The ones that are fanatic, I don't think that there's any question what needs to be done there.
Would you like me to do it, or would you like the young warriors?
Honestly, I believe that is something I should probably do as well.
You do not have to if you do not want to. I'm happy to do it.
No, the person who gives the orders should be the one to carry it out when it comes to a person's life.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Well, we will need someone to watch the defeated guards in that case. Until I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't think me in this position would be. It's headache.
Well, I do not need much sleep, and they have seen me fight, so they know they cannot beat me. I will look over them until you are ready.
I appreciate that.
I will take a couple warriors with me. They can switch out.
And I say, if we could maybe get me a warrior to escort me, I do appreciate you trusting me whilst you have these serious conversations, but it is quite awkward.
You could have left.
Well, you did say that you would like me to be accompanied.
I mean, pick someone.
I get to pick my own guard? Okay, You there! Just shouts at the nearest person. Can I have that one? Is that okay?
I do not think it much matters which person escorts you.
So as Asbjorn...
But first, notice that any weapons or anything that could be used as a weapon is dropped first.
Well, quite fortunate there. I was taught to fight with my hands, so all non-disclosure and everything. I'm pretty lethal, but I can't really drop my weapons, I'm afraid.
We could cut your hands off.
I mean, yes, you could do that. I'm not so good at healing then, though.
No offense, but we will have to bind up your hands then.
Totally fine.
Plenty of stuff about for that.
It's always nice to meet an honest man.
Yeah, I do try my best, but I do wonder where this train stops. This has been awfully pleasant, despite the awkwardness. But what with me remaining loyal and all of that, I wonder if you're just delaying the inevitable. You don't have to answer me now, but I'll go and do some healing. If that's what it comes, that's what comes. But Well, I wouldn't like to be making the decision if I were you. I'm quite attached. Well, me and Hodor, at least. I'm quite attached to you there, Hodor. You're a nice chap. Anyway, you there? And Asbjorn comes over like, hello, yes? He's like, look, long story short, people don't trust me, so I need you to escort me about so I can heal people and bide my hands, will you? And Asbjorn just looks sort of baffled for a second and looks behind him at all of you.
Sorry, princess. New favorite NPC.
Right, okay, I'll bind your hands. Just starts binding his hands in front of him.
It's probably best behind him. He can walk people through any healing stuff that needs to be done.
Oh yes, that's actually quite a good use of me, actually. I could train people in the ways of healing. You can get a small group if you like. Kills two birds with one stone. Then I'm being escorted and doing something useful whilst you make your decision.
I would like to adopt him.
I'm not sure if that was Hodor or Streepy.
like half there.
So his hands are bound this time behind his back, and they sort of walk away. Before they walk, Asbjorn says, is there anyone that you would like to learn the healing, Mimir?
I think the more people that know it, the better.
I will gather the warriors.
It sounds good.
You hear him speak to Philip outside in a hushed tone, and you hear Philip's high tone going, oh, brilliant, we're giving a whole seminar, fantastic. And they walk away.
Oh dear. He seems mighty useful. I'm not one for keeping slaves, and I really don't know what to do with that.
If it is just one person, he will not be too hard to manage. And he seems honest. I'm inclined to believe him. So, we can bring him with us, and then let him fly free later, when he is close to somewhere where he will not die.
With what I understand on how ascendancy to godship and everything works, it would go to the Emperor's next in line. Meaning there would probably be a blood price on our heads at that point. I don't see his loyalty changing just because the head of his god changed. We would need to hold on to him for a while afterwards before we let him go.
That is fine with me.
Again,
He is good company.
Yes, but a slave is still a slave, and that would essentially be what he would be reduced to, is it not? Or prisoner.
Perhaps it's a splitting hairs, but prisoner versus slave, and I mean we have a day in mind. If we don't have an exact date, we have an idea in mind that he's going to be set free at some time. That's not very slave-like.
True. Okay.
I mean, the alternative is kill him, so...
He seems
Also-
way too useful for the killing.
Speaking of slaves, the ones who are no longer slaves but were slaves, what do we do with them?
Well, they're no longer slaves. They do what they choose.
Okay. Well, that is simple then. Good. Also, you must rest your head.
Do you see me moving around much right now? The answer is no.
No, I do not.
We should probably at least rest for a bit. and then I will take care of the rest of them in the morning.
Okay. Well, then I will go and start my guard.
Sounds good.
How about Tiliang? Tiliang's been awfully quiet through this encounter. What's Tiliang been thinking?
Mainly just how to show the princess her sister's head in the bag.
Mm.
And just I guess just worried about the princess ever waking up again, so that she has the problem of having to tell her, and then how. In fact, she probably practices it, whispering to the princess a few times, like so this bag here has your no, that doesn't work here. So you remember how you thought your sister was no, and just kind of like trying to reel in and practice how she's gonna break the news.
How many sisters have you got? Wrong.
Yeah. Well, look, good news. You were right.
I have a maths problem. -1 equals. Tiliang, are you praying to your god over there?
No, I'm practicing how to break the news to the princess that her sister is dead.
Which sister?
Oh yeah, there was two sisters.
I thought you were gonna pull the head on the bag and be
Yeah.
like,
This one?
I can't see. I don't know which one that is.
No, I was looking in my notes to see if I had names. But I don't know. I would say which one it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It means nothing to Hodor anyway. He does not know which one is which. He doesn't even know their names. Well, I mean, how much worse can it be for her? She already knows about possibly.
True. She suspected that it was here, but it's still. Oh, it'll be all right. I'll figure it out.
Just do not immediately jump at her when she wakes up from almost dying and be like, "Boo, head."
That's probably a good course of action. Thank you.
Here to help.
Always a help. Thank you.
I have to go, gods. I think that might be a paradox.
You have to go water the guards.
The gods.
Okay.
Good luck with the breaking heads.
Thank you.
And I leave.
We'll follow Hodor outside quickly, because outside waits one of the ex-slaves, one of the middling-aged ones that had spoken about picking apples, and he's sort of wringing his hands. Excuse me, Hodor.
Yes?
You offered your horse earlier.
Ah, yes, I did.
I would like to return to my home country where I can pick apples and such. See if there's anything left of my family. I would graciously take you up on your offer.
Sure, he is yours. His name is Sleipnir. If you
Sleipnir.
eat him, I will kill you.
I would not eat him.
Good.
Uh,
I don't have to track you down and kill you, to be honest.
I'd rather you not have to track me down and kill me.
I get this feeling like there's shouting happening somewhere. You know, like thousands of people are crying out in pain.
It's probably true somewhere. There are still many slaves. Look, do you want to? If you like, I can tell you at least roughly where I think I'm from. I assume you don't want me to keep the horse, although I can keep them for as long as you
He
wish.
likes apples. Why not?
He likes apples. Fantastic.
I'm sure he will be happy where you are going.
Yes, I am headed west, actually. Towards the west of Cimmeria. near the Pictish wilderness. There's
Oh.
orchards over there.
Hode has no idea where that is. But he's like, oh, okay.
You'd probably know that Cimmeria borders with Asgard. You've had a few skirmishes with them.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, specifically speaking, it's just like that big blob is Samaria.
Yep.
You should offer to your friends to take them with you if they like.
Well, we all got to talking after you left, and well, one wants to carry on being a slave. He's determined to go and find a new person. Says he doesn't know how to deal with not being a slave. I think he'll come around.
Okay.
Well, the younger one left shortly after the guard came in, and the rest wanted to stay and help out. They think you are warrior slave freers.
We are not. I mean, we may do it if we feel like it, but none of us fought to free you. We just fought to kill the other people.
Well, I mean, I don't think I can speak for them, sorry, they're not slaves anymore, right?
No.
Do you know what the Cimmerian accent sounds like?
I've killed a few.
I have no idea. Be fun to find out. Do I need you to come with me to the where your horse is or anything like that? Is someone looking after it?
No. Just say that Hode said it was alright. I'm sure it'll be fine. If not, you can come and find me, but I don't think anyone will be surprised to hear that I gave away my horse.
Oh. Have you been trying to sell it for a while?
No, I think they're just used to me by now.
Oh, okay. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Thank you again, Hodia.
I did not do anything, but you are welcome.
Sometimes just giving people an idea is enough. And you can hear him walking away.
Well, I carry on to the gods.
You will pass what's his name? Brunholt, as he is heading towards the Jarl's tent.
Snotty?
Snotty.
I pass him.
On the way to the Jarl's tent. You can tell it's Snotty because he is huffing.
Where are you going?
I'm going to speak to the Jarl. That's my right, isn't it?
The Jarl is resting. I need people to guard these gods. You will guard these gods. With me.
Look, one of the slaves came over and started talking about wait, hang on a minute, wrong voice. One of the slaves came over and started talking about needing one of them for something.
What?
I don't know, I didn't really listen.
Okay.
He was babbling so fast.
I can talk to them.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did the Jarl say anything about us being able to kill them?
The Jarl is deciding. It is an important thing to consider to take someone's life. Do you remember when the Jarl was considering taking your life? Do you think they should have rushed to a quick decision on that one?
I am glad they did not.
would you like to go and rush the Jarl on this decision?
I suppose not.
Well, let's go then.
Okay.
I'll follow him to whatever the hell he's leading me to be honest, I have no idea.
So you can head back towards the guards. Mimir and Tiliang, is there anything else that you would like to be doing?
They resting.
They resting?
Reston, yeah.
Resting up, good. So when you get to the guards, indeed there is the young ex-slave that you saw there earlier. Oktan, we know his name as now. He's saying, oh dear, thank you. Look, the woman at the back, she was the guide. I need to gather some herbs, and I need someone who knows the desert.
So you want to go gather herbs with her?
Well, or she could tell us where they are, so that we may gather them.
And then you're coming back?
I guess so. I like to be useful.
Well, take her to the Jarl, put in request. I'm sure they will say it is fine, and maybe they will send some guards with you to keep you safe.
Okay, I'll go to the Jarl.
Okay.
So a few moments later, the young Oktan walks back into the tent. Sorry to disturb, Mimir. I have found a guide in the camp. They are currently under guard.
Then go ahead and take the guide and a couple guards with you. Not the guards that are under guards. And see if you guys can find any of those herbs then. And then as soon as you guys can get back.
I will go as quickly as I can. I do not know what your plans are for the next few days, but this sort of poison is going to take a few days to heal. She's going to need a few days of bed rest.
A few days is going to cost her another family member.
I'm sorry to add more weight to your decisions.
It's okay. There's nothing that can be done. Everything we're working on would be for nothing if she dies here anyways, so.
I will go and gather the herbs. I'll be as quick as I can. They will help.
Thank you.
And yeah, he'll go and gather a couple of the guards. Perhaps Scaled and Borgar could both use a bit of a stretch of the legs. And he'll come back to you, Hodor. Gather the guide. The guide is willing to help. She's been quiet, actually. Where the rest have all been spilling her beans, she just awaits her fate. And they go off. We can wait any length of time you guys like until you would like to start undertaking more activity. Whether that's waiting for them to come back, a few hours of resting. When would you like to pick back up?
If anything happens, I'm guarding the gods. Aside from that, Hoda is probably gonna sit down, trace a few runes, have a little mutter at his god.
Tilly's going to be interested in just sitting with the princess until she's like up and speaks at some point in time, I guess.
Maybe about 6 to 8 hours later. You're already feeling a bit healthier. It's going to be evening time. No, wait, it was even. It's going to be probably about mid-morning by now. This all happened in the early hours of the morning, I guess. The fighting. You've not really had much rest. I suppose you guys have now, but Hodir certainly hasn't. Yorick enters your tent and says, "Mimir Tiliang, that guard, the one that was here in the camp, the one, the one that was in the tent with you."
Yes, the healer one.
No, not Philip. Philip is okay.
Oh, gotcha.
The other
The
guard.
guard that was in here originally. Gotcha. Yeah.
I cannot see him. No one has seen him.
He might. I mean, it's possible he just went back to report what happened, which is bad, but
Let's not make the assumption, see if we can find his drugs first. We have other business we need to handle too. I don't want us to spread too thin. We've already got a couple of guards that went out with the guide earlier.
If you like, we can start breaking down camp, Mimir.
I think that would be good. I've got some people to deal with.
It will be done. And Yorick turns, then pauses for a second and says, I feel we should have a salute or something, Jarl. I wish to show my respects, but I don't know how.
A salute for what?
I respect you.
I think at this point we can hold on to salutes until we're done with all this fiasco. I appreciate the thought. But now does not feel like a time for any sort of celebration.
Indeed. Sorry, it was a foolish notion from storybooks. Yorick will remember this. And turns and leaves.
Well, I best go deal with those guards.
Tiliang, would you go along?
If there's somebody very trustworthy to leave with the princess, yes.
Faison and Fora have stood guard the whole day, whilst you were both resting. Fora looks a little tired, but apart from Yorick, who just left, she's probably one of your best. As is Faison, too.
All right, yeah.
Should probably have Fora rest. And was it Fora that was looking tired, or Faison? I think it was Faison that was looking tired, right?
To be honest, you know these
I
girls.
just got confused.
They're both looking tired, but Fora is showing it more than Faison. Not slumping, but you can see every now and again.
Maybe I should rethink breaking down the camp. I think we're all gonna need some rest before we move on. In either case, we don't need both camps up, so we need to take one down. Do we have anyone else that would be able to come in and watch at this point, or has everyone been up all night?
No, not everyone. Some of the, especially the younger warriors, they tend to sleep more anyway. They're not that they sleep more, but you all know they're always more tired. They've got less energy, bless them. So like the younger ones, some of the very youngest, like Hrodglod, Kalfan, Beatty, they are they're looking quite energetic as they've woken up, but they're also the youngest. So
you would also know that Oh dear, doesn't need sleep that often, so you could get him over from the guard place, basically.
That might be the best bet then. So yeah, I think he would go find Hodier, since he knows Hodier was watching the guards that he now needs to handle anyways.
Halt! Who goes there? I cannot see.
If I was trying to use your lack of sight against you, I suppose I would have been quieter.
That makes sense. Hello, y'all.
No. I would like the girls back at the tent to be able to get some rest. They have been up all night. If you don't mind taking over, and I will grab a couple others to help me too with what I need to do now.
Of course. I heard that one of the guards got away or wandered off or something.
Yes, the one that had been in the tent with us somehow got off. Well, myself and I believe Tillying were resting.
It was a bit of a hectic day. Well, one possibly good thing is if he has run off to alert people, you do not need to kill these men if you do not want to. Something to consider, but it is up to you. Again, if you want me to kill them, I don't mind.
Perhaps we could use them as bargaining chips as prisoners, though I doubt any of them are of much merit beyond the priest at this point.
Oh, if you don't mind me saying, I'm heckin' valuable. People
Shut
pay
up.
a lot of money.
Shut up. Well, have a think about it. We should rest here for a day, maybe two. We cannot move the princess, so if they come, we will fight. If they do not come, you can decide what to do with these ones.
Oh. I think we will wait till we know for sure where that other set of prints that we are sure to find are headed before we make that decision. For now, they are just prisoners.
If you would like me to go to help hunt down the guard who left, I will.
Would that not require sight?
I would assume someone else would go with me, but I have
I would
navigated
send someone else if you are. I would, of course, send someone else if you were going. I'm just
Yes.
pointing out what you already know.
You're just in time.
I always appreciate your wit.
And we try sometimes, don't we? We could use a bit of laughter about now, I think.
Thank you so
So-
much. Who was it? Who was it? Tater gifted the sub to Torn Pixie. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, 3 months. You get a new badge.
Yeah.
So, I will go and guard the princess until you have decided what to do. And if you want me to go, well, I will be at the princess. Just let me know what you would like me to do.
I think the big thing at this point, we need to make sure we have guards now. We'll stop calling them guards. Be prisoners from here on out. As well as your priest friend. And then, I think the big thing would be to break down this camp so that we're in only one camp.
You could put the first camp,
Inside this one.
well, like further ahead in the direction of the of where the footprints went, where the guard left. If he brings reinforcements, they would come from there. They would find the first camp first, make some noise maybe, could even post a guard in there. It would be like early warning.
Welcome to the academy.
I like that
Please take
idea.
your seats.
I like that idea. Let's do that.
I would for quite some time.
I think you would, yes. You're great for counsel.
I do what I can.
Right.
And I leave. To go to the princess, obviously.
So do we get to live for a bit then?
I do believe I said the term was prisoners, did I not?
Very gracious of you, my lad. Very gracious.
It's my understanding you are one of the loyalist ones. You do not need to call me my lord. I am not your lord.
Right, yeah, no. You know, loyalty's a funny thing when you're looking death in the face, innit?
I believe that's what we call a coward. And he'll walk off.
You hear the other gentleman laughing as you walk away. The one that was the true loyalist. Laughing at this one. Where do we all go? What are we doing?
I am guarding the princess.
Okay.
So it is nice, but she is unconscious.
I believe Mimir's gonna grab a few of the young warriors that have rested a bit at this point. Are up and about to start moving that other camp. Would also find someone to help Hodir follow tracks if they can find them.
Okay, so you haven't really done much training and tracking with the teens yet, but I'm sure we can work something out. Who would you select out?
Question: what skill is tracking?
Good question.
I would think that would be survival.
Usually,
I have
go on.
fairly survival, so I could probably.
I wouldn't hate it if it was observation.
Yeah. Okay. So survival, observation, those both work. Linguistics isn't going to do it. Those look like the two most relevant ones to me.
No.
Well, we
where
could.
did I have the children again?
We could do like. We could do like a thing where. Oh, my mic's gone weird, is it? Give it a sec. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. We like Hodir has good survival, so he could probably help instruct on what to look for, that type of thing. Maybe along with Tiliang, if Tiliang wants to come. Tiliang's observation, and then maybe like one other person. I think Hodir would find Mimir and say, "Y'all, it is probably a good idea to keep the number of people going to look for this man small. If it comes to a fight, I can hold my own. So one, maybe two other people max, and we will go for a day, see if we can track him down. If not, then we will prepare for whatever happens next."
Okay. It's an unfortunate thing. It's my understanding that you gave your horse away.
Yes.
It would have been quite useful here.
Unfortunately, I cannot see the future.
That's probably for the best.
Yorick runs into the tent in a sprint, stopping. Jarl, sorry, I had to come straight away. We found Sorkvir at the south of the tent towards Zamora. He's unconscious.
You found who?
Sorkvir.
Well, I guess we know where he's headed then. I'll come down to supper, and then I guess you guys know which direction you need to head. Track should be easy at that point.
Is he unconscious or dead?
I have been learning the healing from Philip. I do think he is alive.
Well then, at least he did not kill. So most likely he is just scared and wants to get away from possible death.
He was also a loyalist. He's off to Zamora. He's gonna go tell him what's up. And being that he was in the tent, there's a good chance that he knows that it is indeed the princess.
Okay. Tiliang, for how long can you run?
Um,
A couple of days?
I can run for a while.
Okay. We need one more person who can run fast and for a while. Wait, but you have injured your leg.
This is true. I'll be going a little slower than usual.
If you have injured your leg, you cannot keep up with the pace we need to set.
Do you wish to have someone to hunt this man and kill him, Hoda?
Yo, kill, or capture.
At this point, it would have to be a kill.
Okay. Yeah, skill.
I can go.
Can you track?
I can see footprints in the sand.
Okay, well, that is good enough for me.
You want to take plenty of water. We do not know how much of a lead this man has.
Okay. I'll go get some rations quickly with, who's coming with me?
Yorick.
Okay.
One of the
good.
older.
So we'll gather enough water and a little bit of food. If we're running, there is no point in taking a whole load of food, because no. Sorry.
And weapons.
Well, I have my stuff, but I guess I could take a sword or something.
For Yorick?
Oh, pick some weapon.
I would like just a sword would be fine. I know how to use it.
Don't bring a shield. There is no point for it. We need speed.
Oh, too much weight. We should leave our armor as well.
Yes. Oh, take off my... I think I have a helmet, and that's about it.
He only has like the pads that he's been training in with you all. Oh no, wait,
Actually,
we did get armor for everyone, didn't we? We got armor and swords, or did we just get swords?
I think it was just swords,
Just swords,
as far as I
yeah.
know. And Hodir, when everything is set and ready, Hodir's gonna divest himself of like vest and everything till he's in basically just loincloth.
Yorick will copy.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Start running. You will have to point me in exactly the right direction, but I know it's about this way.
I will keep up constant chatter to keep you, just shouts every now and then.
Good. And if you see him, especially shout. And we go.
And, as we are coming towards the end of the session, we will follow Hodir and Yorick through the sand as they run south of the village. Until they crest a dune, and as they come over the dune, they see a patch of red in the sand ahead. Or rather, Yorick describes, there is something ahead. It looks like there has been fighting.
Okay.
As you get close, oh dear, there is a body here. It's the old man, the slave that you freed.
Wasn't that the young man? Sorry, I can't remember which is which. The one who took Sleipnir.
Yeah. There are hooves in the sand.
Okay. Well, we will head back then. There's no point in chasing a horse.
Did we let down the Jarl, Hodir?
I think I did this time. We will find out.
And as you walk back, the camera will just pan back to the older slave's face as his eyes look to the sky, forever dreaming of picking apples. How we doing, everyone? End of the session, yay!
Sorry, your video is gifting for me.
Oh yeah. How long's he been doing that?
What is
Oh,
that?
it's doing the same for
Only
me.
literally as you said the like, there's the end. Oh, goddamn.
And
No,
it slowly
it's
fades
still
out.
doing
No, no, I'm still doing it.
Let's just do the old refresh. That should fix everything, right? There we go. No, just
There you go.
Well, now it's rave. Do you have a rave over there?
well.
Fixed.
How are we doing, everyone? We will be heading over to the Discord, everyone, to talk about all of the things that we just talked about and talk about our favourite moments. What we'll do from here. Please take a moment to check out all of our links, which are being spammed in the chat now by our bot. We will be doing a raid, but first we'll be rolling some credits, and we will be back with Conan next week. Thank you very much, everyone. Keep on evoking emotions. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.